Hey guys, so today we're going to be watching The Inevitable Failure of BFDI, TPOT Voting, from Principles. I only watched about 1 minute of this video before I decided to make a video on it, so we're going in pretty blind.
Today's term of the day is election fraud.
Election fraud? I love that.
If you get caught.
That is true. I've committed many crimes, but I've never been caught, so they don't count. That's for legal reasons, that's a joke.
Alright, in this video, I'm gonna do a mini video essay on this web series called Battle for Dream Island, and how some elements of it is literally dragging the show down. Alright, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but the show lately has had a serious problem with things like voting in the community, and I don't want the show to evolve into it being known for some toxic cesspool, but I mean the community is already cringy as hell, so.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I mean, damn. The show, especially in its latest episode, spoiler alert by the way, has had a pretty big problem with its voting system, and I think everyone...
I have also had a couple gripes with the way TPOT handles voting, but let's see if mine and his are the same.
Involved in the community needs a quick wake-up call that you're doing the absolute most over some animated objects. Alright, so we're going over BFDI TPOTs voting system, and how if things don't change, we'll probably be ruined for the rest of the show. But first, wait.
I feel like nothing can last forever, and I feel like while it's impossible to tell, we are probably starting to see the beginning of the end for Jack and Jellyfy.
Is BFDI TPOT.
I mean, they've been going at it for what, 14, 15 years? That's a long time.
Battle for Dream Island is a web series created by the Huang twins, Carrie and Michael.
I'm not super.
The show follows a cast of inanimate objects battling it out for a chance to win a prize of some sort. Can you guess what it is? The show...
It's Dream Island!
First premiered on...
a whole square mile of paradise? Luxury? I don't know.
January 1st, 2010. And is still currently running on YouTube today with its 5th season, The Power of Two, and its sister season, Battle for Dream Island again. I've been watching this for 12 years, man. I'm old as hell.
This dude is a veteran. This dude's a literal vet of the OSC.
Battle for Dream Island is a show driven by its community. It's so community-driven that the audience have a direct effect on the show. You see, BFDI is kinda like Total Drama or Survivor. Objects are split into 2 teams, and after each challenge, one team will lose. But instead of competitors voting each other off, the viewers get to vote out who they want out of...
It was a thing that I don't believe had ever been done before. Not to the same degree that BFDI did it, at least.
The show. In the span of 14 years, the show has had over 1 million votes. Man, if only elections had that kind of turnout. Over time, the show moved from a vote to eliminate format to a vote to save format. So characters...
I'm not the biggest fan of the vote to save, because it just means that neutral characters that kind of slip into the background make it way Actually, I feel like the vote to eliminate did that. Yeah, okay. I don't know, I just don't like change.
That are actively being developed actually have a chance to, survive. This format was introduced in Season 4B and extended into the 5th season of the show, TPOT. Battle for Dream Island, The Power of Two, premiered on January 1st, 2021. The latest episode being uploaded on December 18th, 2023. This season follows 43 objects split into 6 teams of 7. 2 teams will lose a challenge and be put up for elimination. From there, a viewer can vote in the comments on which competitor they want to save from elimination. After an episode is uploaded, the voting period lasts exactly 48 hours. In the fall,
Object Idiocy, by the way, lasts 24. It has been like 2 weeks since the last Object Idiocy episode aired. You can stop voting now, kindly.
Episode, the results of the voting will reveal who was safe and who was not. The competitor that receives the least amount of votes on their team will be eliminated from the show. Right.
New episode of Object Idiocy releasing, hopefully Monday.
Got all of that?
Or Sunday, or Tuesday. Around that area.
You got it down? You got it in your noggin? Alright, good. Let's move on. In episodes using the vote to eliminate system, the votes have been generally normal. This margin between the votes is what typically goes down in the show.
Yeah.
You know, one person that does something versus people that do nothing. After Season 4A, Episode 16, the vote to eliminate format was replaced with the vote to save format, leading to Season 4B. And this is...
I think if it weren't for the vote to save format, Lollipop would have immediately been eliminated. Maybe that's my bias. I don't particularly like Lollipop as a character that much, but Lollipop's mean. And I feel like if it weren't for Lollipop's cult following, Balloony would have stayed and Lollipop would have been eliminated. Because I can't think of a single character on that team who is less likable than Lollipop.
where things start to get a little more interesting. There is a significant...
I think Lollipop making it further would have been better, is better than Balloony making it further, because who is Balloony? But maybe that's only because Lollipop got the development that Balloony never got the opportunity to get.
Amount of almost tied votes throughout the season run. In fact, there's several examples of this throughout the entire season. But at that point, this was a completely new phenomenon.
Yeah, like that one time when Taco got eliminated for getting one fewer vote than Flower. That could have if it had been the other way around, if Flower had gotten eliminated, the season would have been completely different, and I love thinking about that. If you guys want to see me do, alternative timeline content of, what would have happened if one character got eliminated instead of a different one, please let me know, because I would love to do that type of thing. I'll just do it anyway, most likely.
Phenomenon in the show, so it was pretty rare to see a tied vote between a bunch of people, almost an entire team actually. Moving into Teapot though, throughout the past 9 episodes, the show has experienced the same interesting voting patterns. On episodes 1 and 2, the voting turnout was fairly normal, as you can see in this graph. Yeah, we don't see too much of that anymore. From episode 3 and on, with the exception of one episode, the voting...
Holy moly. I didn't know that's the same number, gang. That on that last one there.
Turnout has been alarmingly more controversial than it has ever been in the show's history.
Also, Saw should have absolutely stayed. Why is that's not the Saw icon. Is that either that's supposed to say Nickel or that's supposed to be Saw? Because that's Saw. That's when Saw got eliminated. So why does it say Saw down here? Are you guys seeing this? I feel like Saw should have stayed. Saw... Who even is Donut, dude? Who even is that?
It's actually kind of insane. 6 out of the 9 episodes in the season run so far have resulted in a tied vote. I'm saying tied with quotations because of one reason. We'll get into that later. Anyway, this is a recurring problem that deliberately happens in any episode with a team full of fan favorites or a team full of complete ass because of one thing.
Sorry, just not.
The bracket counter is a tool created by community member Figgy C, which uses the YouTube API to do a live counting and estimation of the votes after an episode is uploaded, which allows community members to watch and predict the final results of a vote. The original bracket counter...
And it was the worst thing to ever happen to BFDI. No offense to the guy who made it. It's very impressive. I don't like it.
Created by Figgy C, was in use from Season 4 to Episode 5 of Season 5. From there, a new bracket counter, created by user Zelo, was put into use into Episode 7, and is still being used now. Alright, cool, so there's a method to see an estimate of the official voting results live. I mean, cool, right? I mean, what could go wrong with that?
I miss the good old days. You know the good old days when you would vote and then you wouldn't know who got out until the next episode got uploaded? Where's the suspense if you already know who's going to get eliminated? That's why I do everything in my power to avoid... This is the TPOT voting result. I do everything in my power to avoid those because it spoils the fun.
A vote war is where a group of certain characters, often fan favorites, are all trailing in a similar number of votes, and viewers are able to rally, switch, and often bot votes to save a certain character up for elimination. After every vote war, the end result are the votes being extremely close to each other, thus it being concluded as a tie. This is because the votes read on the bracket counter are unofficial and too close to call. The way Jack and Jellyfy, the creators of the show, count the votes are unknown, as the votes vary.
You know what I reckon they do? I reckon they go into the into their YouTube studio and go search, and then they type in the little letter, and then they count
Heavily from the counter. Ways people rally for their characters during these vote wars are like insane, man. People are making propaganda leaflets. Like, could you imagine some of the political campaigns some of these people can pull off? You will see a channel like the official BFDI Discord's Vote Spoilers channel literally turn into a 4chan board on steroids after an episode releases. Anyway, these
I kind of stay away from the whole voting war side of the object show community because I don't think it's any fun. But it's good to see what it is actually like.
voting wars generate a lot of buzz in the community, and they wouldn't be hyped to the merit they are if it weren't for these channels.
Content farms. Calling out Giant Snowball and who's that other guy?
It wouldn't be hyped to the merit they are if it weren't for these content.
Sonic Boom, of course. I don't mean to offend anyone here. I'm not the biggest fan of Giant Snowball. Like, I get he's popular and stuff, but I'm pretty sure he's the one who did all the... Here's the TPOT voting results stuff that I'm... Yep, there it is, right there. TPOT 9 voting results.
Channels literally adding flame to the fire by streaming these vote counters to like literally thousands of people for 2 days in a row. Alright, first, I want to clarify that I love Vote to Save. It was the best thing the show could have done. With Vote to Eliminate, so many characters were written off the show with actual bullshit reasons. I can name like 6 eliminations.
That is... Okay. Hey, mind explaining what's happening on the off to the side here? I don't know. I'm pretty mixed on the whole Vote to Save thing, because sure, like, this guy's reasons for it being cool is cool, but, I hate Match, and 8-Ball, and Lai, and Fiery Jr., and Pencil. So, I do love Stapy, though. Stapy is amazing. Stapy was my favorite, for a very long time.
Where it was clearly a lesson.
But I don't know. I like Vote to Eliminate. It's more fun.
My choice to boot off that specific character. Vote to Save actually gives
I thrive on negativity. Where do you think I got my subscribers from?
writers the incentive to develop a character better. I'm telling you, in TPOT alone, there's been like 20 or so characters that have been massively improved, including the GOAT. But these vote wars, man.
I can also name several characters that have been massively unimproved. Clock. That's the primary one. Clock. Winner isn't even cool.
Just don't like them anymore. TPOT eats vote. You can see.
I think I'm letting my emotions dictate how I respond, but that is what the point of a reaction video is. So,
characters that are
you know, maybe it's fine.
Curb. But right when the voting bracket streams get popping, there goes the vote war. I don't know, man. I just don't think voting is really gonna be worth it anymore. It just seems like a cycle now. I mean, a glimpse of what the show's voting could potentially become was pretty much what happened recently.
Viewers, Just Not is up for elimination.
Okay.
I don't understand why people don't just vote. Just vote. Just go. Bop. Just type in your freaking letter, and then go on with your day. Maybe that's a hot take. Maybe that's a very hot take, actually. But I don't get it.
Vote total. So go for
463 votes,
Make sure
as well as prize.
I will give away
5 nickel plushies.
TPOT 9's voting war has pretty much brought out the worst in the community. Over campaigning, death threats, actual bribing from people who work on the show. And don't worry, well, I'll get into that later.
Oh, that's a guy who works on the show.
Vandalism and a glimpse of what future voting in TPOT will be. You know, what fun. Alright, so let's get some background on this mess. On TPOT 9, only one team lost due to the episode having a triple elimination, a first in the show's history. The team, Just Not, had Book, Pillow, Nickel, Price Tag, and Bombi up for elimination.
I hope Pillow dies. I'm very sorry. I can't stand Pillow. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Just don't like Pillow.
Voting period began, Bombi
Not
was
funny
already ahead
at all.
of the curve, while the rest of his team, specifically Nickel, were all trailing behind around the same number of votes. Okay, cool. This is a normal setup for a standard voting war, right? You know, the usual propaganda and the corny slogans and phrases, you know, the usual, right? No, not really. You see, this character Pillow is kind of controversial on
Sucks.
her team.
Yeah. Controversial is an understatement, I think.
Here's a quick summary on the episode. So, there's a zombie apocalypse and the challenge is to stay alive, right? Well, Pillow misinterprets the challenge as trying to take out her own teammates. So, she does exactly that until Bombi
She didn't misinterpret it. She knew what she was doing.
suicides himself to stop her. This shit is dark. What the hell? Anyway, this rose an argument on Pillow. Some people thought she was doing way too much on her team and her character was reduced to a murderer who was a threat and needed to be voted off immediately. Which,
Yes.
you know, which is fair. However, on the other side of the argument, people saw Pillow as the only interesting part of her team, and her being antagonistic and brutal as a character that was lacking in the show, and it fit.
It's not I mean, it is interesting, but it's bad also, in my opinion.
Pretty well into the episode's theme, which again is fair. But why be fair when you can send death threats? For some reason, people hated Pillow so much that they took the time out of their day to begin sending death threats to people who even mentioned voting for her. Like, bro.
Oh, that's no good, gang. That's pretty freaking cringe. And that is a severe understatement. But if I say what I want to say, I don't think I'll be able to upload this video. That's all I'll say. Just be nice, guys. Just be nice. The message of my channel, or what it's supposed to be, but I'm not very good at portraying that, is it doesn't matter if you're not nice. Like, I know that I'm a bit of a dick, a bit of a meanie head, you know? I criticize people as my job, but I try not to be too mean about it, unless they deserve it. But yeah, I don't know. It's something I need to work on, and it's something I think everyone needs to work on to some degree, and it's just, don't be an ass. Don't be an asshole for no reason.
Bro, imagine you're a kid just telling your friend you want to vote for Pillow, and being told you're a waste of space in your family bloodline. I mean, damn, wasn't that serious? You would think they'd be advocating.
It is just a YouTube show, innit? It's not that big of a deal, gang.
For like the next president, but no, just a fucking animated price tag. I'm just saying, man, how petty do you have to be to vandalize a wiki page just because you don't like a character? Okay, I mean, this is kind of funny, but still. Anyway, after the effort of bed, some other fucking acronyms like that, the character that ended up with the lowest votes is Nickel. Interesting. Man, I sure do wonder if foul play was involved. Nah, of course not. Moving on. We've seen how voting wars can be influenced from hype streams, threats, etc. But what happens if someone involved in the show tries to influence a
Who even is that? I've literally never seen this man before in my life.
vote war?
Adam?
Meet Adam Katz. Adam Katz runs a YouTube channel called Animation Epic, where his own show,
This here better not be what I think it be.
Insanity, is hosted. Adam and the Huang twins have been longtime partners for the past 12 years, even often having crossovers with both of their franchises. For example, the character Nickel is a character that originated from Adam Katz, and when Nickel began competing in Season 2 of BFDI, Adam joined the cast as a voice actor for the character. Alright, now that we got Adam's history, let's take a look at some of the goofy antics Adam gets up to sometimes. You know, like jeopardizing his integrity on the show and bribing his audience of 500k followers and merchandise in order to keep a character safe from elimination.
Adam.
You know, the usual. Alright, during TPOT 9's Vote War, I still can't believe he did this. Adam uploaded a video of him telling his audience to make sure that Nickel is safe in TPOT 9 because he's up for elimination. And if he's safe, he will give away 5 Nickel plushies.
Okay, so Nickel is up for elimination in TPOT 9. If he survives to TPOT 10, I will give away
5 nickel plushies to 5 of you guys here. You know, you don't have to vote for him to stay, but if he survives, I will do a giveaway of 5 nickel plushies. You heard it here first.
Cheesy HFJ is my favorite object show YouTuber now.
5 Nickel plushies. Yeah, about that, Adam. About that.
Check it out. Oh, good morning, Rupert. Please tell me you set the timer on the coffee maker because I completely forgot. Hey, Carl. Hey, can I get a couple of scratch-off lottery tickets? Oh, sure, Brian. Oh, Brian, can I do one? I love scratches. Well, all right, maybe just one. Cherry. Another cherry.
I still can't believe Adam thought this was a good idea. I mean, yeah, he deleted the video afterwards after he got like a ton of backlash for it, but bro, why? And I see a lot of people online bringing up this YouTuber that made a character evaluation.
It's a boy!
On Eggy, as it's some like grand counterpoint on what Adam did. No. You literally can't even compare the two. A person on YouTube makes a video essay on a character and it wasn't even posted when they were up for elimination. What Adam did was literally bribe his audience to make...
Apoy has commented on a couple of my videos, and for that he has my respect, because that's cool. But you know, and me and he have different opinions on Eggy. He thinks Eggy is the best. I think Eggy is kind of meh. That's fine. But yeah, I'm definitely on the side of this guy when it comes to Apoy not being a bad guy in that scenario.
Make sure that a character was safe during a vote war while dangling some nickel plushies above their heads. Like, you can't compare the two. They're incompatible with each other. Like, holy hell, this guy did not deserve any of the shit he's been getting right now.
I very much agree.
What if I told you this wasn't the first time Adam was doing this?
Adam!
There's some controversy in episode 4 of season 2 where the character Teardrop got eliminated. This was because this account named Derpy Hooves got their audience to eliminate Teardrop from the show, saving the character Coiny. For a good while, everyone pretty much thought that Derpy Hooves was the man himself, Adam 5 Plushie Katz. And given the fact that the members of the crew would often reply to banter from the account,
I am back for one specific purpose.
honestly made it really believable. And later himself, Adam said that Derpy Hooves was his cousin. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and Thrarm Gaming is my cousin.
A cousin. Listen, man, I don't know. Look, these are just allegations, all right? These are allegations. Nothing's been proven. Concrete, at least. But I don't know, man. The mix of Adam randomly appearing in the Discord after 5 years of inactivity and Derpy Hooves returning after 12 years of inactivity to drop a vote just in time for the voting war, like, really makes me just a little suspect of Adam here. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything, but like, listen, man, I got my eye.
Why is Derpy Hooves a My Little Pony avatar? I don't know Adam Katz personally. Never met the guy, probably never will. Doesn't feel like the type of thing he should do. He would be a fan of.
On you, Adam.
But maybe that's to cover his tracks. No, I'm not a theorist. Yes.
Anyway, with all that out of the way, Is voting in the show really going to be worth it anymore? Look, I'm not saying we should stop voting in the future episodes.
I've stopped watching.
And all that. But I seriously think that the one thing the show is going to be known for is also probably going to be its poison. As future episodes go on, I feel like a vote isn't going to be something that's going to be looked forward to, but just like a huge worry to everyone. And as more and more popular characters are put up against each other, and the possibility of people getting the opportunity to vote one of their favorite characters back in the show who's been eliminated.
Bring back Saw. I'm gonna be I'm gonna do that, but with Saw. Bring her back.
It's not gonna be one of the community's proudest moments. I mean, damn man, all this over some cartoon pillows, like shit. But there's this video uploaded by Carrie Huang called "Keeping BFDI Casual."
One of my favorite videos of on the entire Jack and Jellyfy channel, right under the Bebe Squisher.
It goes into how the show was never really meant to be taken this seriously, on both a creative perspective and a viewer perspective. Carrie makes a good analogy about how the show was supposed to be enjoyed. It's like going to your friend's house to play a game, just for a little bit of fun, and then leaving after.
Saikuno, Fusail, Ludwig, Pokimane. Why are they there?
After, just...
I'm sure I'm missing
just
context,
enjoy your
but...
time. It's supposed to be a quick cartoon to watch and actively participate in. I just think everyone needs to take a quick breather, because...
I agree sincerely, Mr. Principals.
Man, things have gotten really hostile lately. Like, just chill out, man. Get you some popcorn. Watch a new episode, leave a comment who you want to save, and move on.
Finally, someone said it!
5 nickel plushies.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be giving away 5 Bazinga plushies if you vote for Bazinga to come back in Bazinga object Bazinga. I say I don't do this often, but actually I do this really a lot, actually. All notifications, sure. He was a... Go like that comment, or don't, I don't care. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or don't do any of those things.